Yo everybody, and welcome to Let's Play Steins. Last left off, we were chased by some really stupid thugs that I just don't get still, but regardless, we were saved by Ferris's father, which we found out if we send the D-mail to the past that we need to do in order to save Mayuri, we will essentially be killing Ferris's father. Oh, Papa, I thought I told you not to push yourself since you got important work to do. You should listen to me. Ferris looks happy as she says that. However, I recall what Ferris told me at the ramen shop. The wish Ferris made was to save Papa, who died 10 years ago. If that's true, then to return to the original world line, I have to erase her father. To kill him, essentially. I always keep my promises to you, Mimhyo. I made that decision long ago. Papa, thank you. The limousine soon reaches Ferris's home. So, you're looking for an IBM 5100? That's right. I heard you're an enthusiast retro PC collector. Do you know anything about it? I ended up eating dinner at Ferris's apartment. Ferris's father was extremely grateful for me and invited me up. I would have been okay with just borrowing the shower, but he even prepared a change of clothes for me, and he even told me I could stay here since it's still too dangerous to go outside. During the meal, I try asking about the IBM 5100, ignoring the pain I still feel throughout my body. It's quite unusual for a man of your age to know about the IBM 5100. He smiles when I bring up his hobby of collecting old PCs. I did have one. I gave it away though. You gave it away? Yeah, I had a compelling reason. He glances at his daughter. Ferris keeps eating her meal silently. Did you donate it to Bayashi Shrine? I like how I sometimes try to pronounce it. A shrine? No. No. All the strength drains from my body. Wait, my efforts for nothing? I don't think Hayashi-san, who entrusted the IBM 5100 to me, Hayashi-da-san. Suzuha, to me, could ever forgive me for what I did. Why didn't she get 2 IBNs? Damn it, Suzuha. Oops. Hashida Suzu? Ferris's dad nods. Suzuha, pseudonym. Once again, why is she taking Dao's name in this world line? She didn't find out who her father was. Yeah. Suzuha's pseudonym. My pulse rises instantly upon hearing that name. She did it. She found an IBM 5100. She brought it to Akiba. She completed her mission. Tears well up in my eyes. I bite them back. This is an old story. A story from before my company got as big as it is. Mira was kidnapped. The kidnapper demanded an unthinkable ransom. Maybe I should have mortgaged the company instead. By that moment, someone appeared, like a godsend, offering a large sum of money to buy my IBM 5100. I sold it, which gave me enough to prepare her ransom. Let's not talk about that, yeah. For some reason, Ferris turns red with embarrassment. If I had to say, her dad seems really happy to tell us this story. Not something you expect from a kidnapping story. So, who was the buyer? A French businessman, I believe. I think I still have his contact information. Would you like it? I politely declined the offer. There's no way the IBM 5100 will arrive from France in time. And I doubt we could afford to pay for it anyway. Plus, French Europe, Seren. It might have been the Rounders doing the work. Plus, there's a high possibility the buyer is related to Seren, or to the Rounders. See, even he gets it. I clench my fist, then open it again. Why won't you return to me, ABN 5100? It's well past midnight, and I'm still awake. My body hurts too much to sleep, and then there's the question eating at my mind. What should I do? How could I cancel the D-mail that saved Ferris's father? My encounter with the man himself has given birth to unnecessary internal conflict. I'm about to steal Ferris's father away from her. I need to do this to save Mayuri. But does that give me the right to play God? I hear a knock and the door opens. Kyoma? Oh, Ferris, still awake? May I come in? Normally Ferris would have added "nya" at the end of the question. While waiting for an answer, Ferris steps inside. Then she sits next to me on the bed. She's not wearing her cat ears. Thanks for earlier. And the Vile gang started chasing me, I was really scared. Does she have a fever or something? Ouch! Why is she talking normally? She can have a normal conversation sometimes, I guess. She usually pretends to be a cat girl. Does that mean she's not using her first persona right now? Is this the real Akia Mumhyo? It's actually refreshing to hear Ferris talk normally like this. It excites me for some reason, like she's showing me a side of herself that no one has ever seen. That was the first time I felt such a black emotion from a huge crowd of people. Those guys were obsessed with black. She slaps me on the knee, lightly. Come on, I'm trying to be serious. What? Even her retort was normal. This person sitting in front of me isn't a cat-eared maid, and she isn't the Rhinet champion. She's just a normal girl. Does it still hurt? No, it's fine. Kyoma, I mean, Okabe-san. I don't know what would have happened if you hadn't been there. I shiver just thinking about it. Don't correct yourself like that. Just call me what you usually do. Ferris sighs. Anyway, Kyoma, I can't thank you enough. Thank you, honestly. You know, Kyoma, you're my prince. Prince? What's with the fairy tale talk? She's giving me goosebumps. This calls for Hoyu and Kyoma. That's never a good default reaction. So this is again socially awkward. Quick, Hoyu time! I'm not a prince, I'm the insane mad scientist, and... Before I finish, Ferris throws herself on top of me. She wrapped her arms around me tightly. Ferris? I want you to call me Rumihio. No, Ferris is Ferris, remember? This is bad. What should I do? What does Ferris want? Hey, I think it's time to end this. Huh? You went back in time and risked your life to save me. So, I want to grant your wish too. But, I swallowed the rest of my words. Granting my wish would mean erasing her father's existence. My heart aches. It was like this with Suzuha too. I erased everything that Suzuha had shared with us in 2010, including her memories of meeting her father. I did it for the sake of my personal goal, to save Mayuri. Must I once again sacrifice someone else's dream? It was my 8th birthday. Stay clinging to me, Ferris looks down and begins his story. I wanted Papa to take a break from work so he could spend time with me. Papa's company wasn't as big back then, so he worked every day, from morning to night. I never got to see him. The present I wanted most was for him to spend one whole day with me. And Papa promised he'll spend the entire day with me, no matter what. But something came up, and I had to break his promise the day before. I was so afraid that Papa didn't really love me. So on my birthday, I ran away from home. I wanted to make Papa worry. First pauses here for a time. Then she looks up at me and continues with tears in her eyes. The plane Papa was on made a bad landing. Only one person died in the accident. Everyone else was unharmed. Don't tell me. The one casualty was Papa. I was before the world line changed. I couldn't believe the world would be so cruel to me. I hate you, Papa. You shouldn't just die. Wait, you should just die. Those were the last words I ever said to him. And that's how our relationship ended forever. I can hear the tears in her voice. I love him, so why? Why did I say those things to him and always feel guilty because of what I said? I always wished I could go back in time, change what happened. Then, did fate guide us to each other? When I heard you talking about your time machine, I thought I was being given a chance. Ferris. Romeo, that's enough for today. You don't have to say anything more. No. Let me finish. Ferris didn't let me go. She sniffles and wipes away her tears, putting on a smile. I'm okay now. Papa came to save me, so I know how much he really loves me. I really enjoyed having this time to spend with him. It was like a gift to us from heaven. But now you need to change things back to the way they were. But Mayoshi's a really important friend to me. If Mayoshi's in danger, I'll do anything to save her. I'm sorry. When you listen, this current reality isn't real reality at all, but rather a gift to my father and me. Or maybe I should call it a dream. Papa doesn't belong in this time. You're just turning things back to normal. Thank you for letting me have this dream, Kyoma. Are you really okay with that? First, buries her face into my chest. Actually, I'm not okay at all. I remember how things were before the world changed. I remember also how everything was after the world changed, do you know? I'm actually kind of freaking out right now. What happened before the change and after the change are all mixed inside me. I don't know which one is real anymore. But if I try to fight it, I'll just make you sad, won't it? I don't want to make you sad. You are my prince after all. We could do something. There must be a way where you don't have to lose your dad and Mayuri doesn't die. If we try, it's okay. I've accepted it. I don't want to run away anymore. There's nothing I could say to that. So instead, I tightly embrace her slender body. Thank you. Hey, is it okay if I cry a little? Before we change things back? Is it okay if I cry for Papa? Of course. She's already crying, but I didn't say anything. Instead, I silently nod. Fair's body trembles with emotion as I hold her. Her father is sleeping in the room next door, so she probably didn't want him to hear. She cries into my chest, muffling her sobs. It's almost noon. I feel dizzy. It's like my brain is resting. My whole body is heavy with fatigue. The pain from the wounds have subsided, thankfully, but in the end, I couldn't sleep a wink. I promised Ferris that we'll commence the operation at noon. Until then, we'll wait at Ferris's apartment. I've already contacted Daru and the others back at the lab. I told them we'll be performing an experiment today. Kyoma. Ferris. I could see the traces of tears on her face. The sight makes my heart ache. I'll go say my last goodbyes to Papa now. Oh, Oh? Her usual speaking habit has returned the second she donned her cat ears. What a nifty piece of equipment. Maybe be alone with Papa for a while. Maybe I should say wait. Maybe I should say sorry. But I say nothing to Ferris's back as she heads to her father's study. By the time Ferris finishes her farewells with her father and comes back to the study, the phone wave names, which have changed settings, are already complete. I contact Dow and the lab and make sure the Blonde Tube Workshop 20-inch CRT is turned on. Now all we have to do is send the email. But I hesitate. Instead of meeting Ferris's eyes, I look down at my feet. Eternal separation from her father. I wonder what Ferris is thinking now. Don't be like that, Kyoma. You've done nothing wrong. But no more talking. I can't stay sad when Ferris is trying to cheer me up. I steel myself for what I need to do. Yesterday, just before she left the room, Ferris told me the contents of the first email she sent. 100 mil for your kid. Take the train. That mail stopped her father from getting on the airplane. As a result, he didn't die. But that wasn't the only effect it had on the timeline. Her father needed to sell the IBN 5100 to pay the 100 million yen ransom. As a result, Ferris donated the IBN 5100 to the shrine. With her father alive, Ferris didn't participate in Akibara's city development conferences. Otaku-oriented business never took root in Akiba. May Queen plus Nyan Squared never opened. Ferris wasn't as busy, which allowed her to join the Rhinet tournament circuit. In other words, this World Line's Ferris has a normal life. On the World Line I came from, Ferris is not only a student, but also the heir to her father's company, an influential member of the Akiba Development Board, and a part-time maid waitress. Which life is better for her? Which will give her the greatest happiness? That's not my decision, it's hers. And her decision is to return to the way things were. I'm just here to help her wake up from this dream. Ferris has already entered the cancellation demo. JK on ransom. I love you, Papa. See you soon. These are Ferris's true last words to her father. When we change things back, will my memories of this world disappear now? Of course not. You'll remember. You have memories from both worlds right now, don't you? Is that why you're so desperate to help Ferris? That's open to your interpretation. I feel my cheeks get warm, so I hang my head to hide my face. Ferris doesn't want to forget her time with Kuroma, yeah? Thank you. I take Ferris's phone. I'm sorry, Ferris. I lied to you. Oh, no, wrong one. I feel like a save here might be prudent. I'm sorry, Ferris. I lied to you. When we change things back to the way they were, your memories of this world line will almost certainly disappear. Perhaps another miracle will happen, and you'll regain your memories of this world line too, but I can't be sure. There are no guarantees. And so, I will engrave these memories into my heart. The memory of Ferris, the Rhinet champion. The memory of a father who gave thanks to a stranger like me for protecting her daughter. And I will carry them for you always. Bye-bye, Papa. It must be done. For Mayuri's sake. I must erase Ferris's memories just as I did Susaha's. There is no other way. I give Ferris back her phone. Kyoma? No. I won't let this dream end yet. Don't jump to conclusions. We should explore other methods. After all, her father's life hangs in the balance. let's try another way. I can't kill your dad. I'm sorry, Nya. Ferris led you astray. No, it's okay. This is my decision. I don't have what it takes to be a god. That burden is too much for me to bear. Ferris's father is still at home, so we go to the UPX cafe to talk. Ferris orders a sandwich. Do you have something in mind, yeah? It's a gamble, but we can change the contents of the email you sent. We're not going to cancel the first prank, yeah? Exactly. I win as long as I get back the IBN 5100. Your father doesn't need to die. Right as I say that, the employee comes with us with the sandwich and drinks. She looks startled. We're talking about a game. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird thing to be talking about. The employee forces a smile at my lame excuse, then heads back inside, turn back to Ferris. I think we should send a email that says something like, give the IBN 5100 to Okabe Minato. I think 10 years is about the time limit of how far back we could send emails. Phone mail didn't become widespread until then. Lukaku's mom's pager was a special case, but even that was still limited to 1990. I don't think we could do anything fancy like tell Ferris' dad to start stockpiling IBNs in 1975. That would be handy though. But you know, back then Papa's company was down and he didn't have much capital. I doubt you could say anything to stop him from selling the IBN 5100. If he needs money to save me. Ferris frowns and takes a bite of her egg sandwich. That depends on what we send. If you make it seem like it came from the kidnappers, then your father has to find another way. He's a retro PC collector, so he should have plenty of other PCs he could sell, right? He wouldn't get enough money from those now. Back then, the IBM 5100 was the only one people would pay through the nose for. Then this is something only you can pull off. I'll say again, this is only a bet. A bet to escape the responsibilities of God. How will the world line change? What will the new world line bring? I don't have the answers. It may become a world where neither Mayuri nor your father can be saved, but it could also be one where both can. There's no way to be sure, but I can't leave things the way they are. I can't let Mayuri die and I can't let your dad die. A gamble. All or nothing. Is Ferris alright with that? Two lives hang in the balance. I don't want to be making decisions that affect whether people live or die. But I can't think of any alternative. If that's your decision, then it's okay with me, Nya. Really? I know that you're trying to save Papa. And I'm really grateful for that, Nya. I think I'm falling in love with you. Don't tease me like that. But it's not just teasing, Nya. Ferris pouts cutely. Does Kirumi hate girls like me? She stares into my eyes, saying nothing. No wonder you're May Queen's #1 maid. You know how to flatter your customers. I don't like it when Kirumi dodges the question, yeah. She makes a sad face and drops her shoulders. Don't tell me that was a real confession of love to me. Sure, Ferris is cute. I don't have much trouble dealing with her as I used to. I could certainly get used to the idea of being with a girl like her. I am a man, after all, and a man would be overjoyed to win the heart of a girl like Ferris. But this is no time for romance. It's always time for romance. Ferris, let's do this together. It'll come out right. Trust me. I guess you're never gonna answer me, yeah? Ferris looks a little sad, but after a deep breath, she smiles again. I'm with you, Kiruma. Let's send that email. We have our plan? Will the dice come up odd or even? Not even God knows. I take Ferris with me to lab, so Doe weeps tears of joy at her safety. Mario jumps up with a hug. Chrisu keeps reading her expression aloof. Chrisu keeps reading her expression aloof. I tell the three of them I'll explain later, though I don't know if I'll get the opportunity since we're changing the past, and head with Ferris straight to the development room. Ferris has already written the email. The root of the problem is the fake ransom demand, which caused her father to sell the IBN 5100. This is a second threatening email written to prevent that. Its time to arrival is 1 hour after the first email. I set the timer and exchanged glances with Ferris. There's no turning back. It hopes I still remember you. It hope I still remember you? I hope I still remember you after the world line changes. Even that is no guarantee. This isn't like Suza's case where I returned the warp world line back to normal. We're warping it even more. I wouldn't be surprised if there were more if there were changes more distract than the elimination of Mo from Akiba. Distinct. Even if you forget, I'll remember. Kyoma, I want to hold hands. I feel like Dao is crying. I say somewhere, he's behind us. I take Ferris's hand, then activate the microwave. Go for it, Ferris. Send in, yeah.